Is it really necessary to dig around in your childhood and relive all your past trauma in order to release limiting beliefs? Hey, happy shiny puppies. This is Melody Fletcher with Deliberate Receiving, where the law of attraction finally makes some freaking sense. Today's burning question comes from Awesome Tracy, who wants to know, how necessary is it really to dig up and release limiting beliefs? I describe myself as a naturally positive person, and I'm continuing to work on or play with focusing on moving towards what I like, and it feels great. I know I still have a lot of limiting assumptions ingrained from childhood or even inherited, but they're so ingrained it's hard to even pin them down in order to work with them. But I've started to wonder, aren't those beliefs themselves actually manifestations? And if so, do I really have to dig them up? I'm moving toward feeling better in whatever ways I have access to. Don't my beliefs have to rise up to meet me? Contrary to ever less popular old world thinking, you do not have to go rooting around in your subconscious for those nasty limiting beliefs. Now, remember that you have millions and millions of beliefs, and most of them are serving you very well. Hunting around in all of that for those few beliefs that are tripping you up is like, well, looking for a needle in a haystack. You can do it, but it's going to take you a long time, and it's going to require a lot more effort, and there is definitely a better way to do it. Now, as you so astutely surmised, Awesome Tracy, you do not have to go hunting for what you want outside and bring it to you. You can let it come to you. That's why it's called the law of attraction. It's not called the law of going out there and hunting down and killing what you want and schlepping it home. So what you really want to do is, in order to bring up the beliefs that are currently in your way, you want to focus yourself into the frequency of what it is that you want. How do you do that? Well, you figure out what it is that you really want, not what you think you have to get what you want, what you really want. That thing that brings up an amazing emotion within you. And then to the best of your ability, start to feel that emotion by focusing your mind, visualizing, making vision boards, singing a song, listening to music, going for a walk, looking at certain pictures, bringing up memories. It doesn't matter what tools you use to get yourself into that state, but to the best of your ability, get yourself into that state. Basically what you'll be doing is you'll be going down a path. And as you go down that path towards what you want, whatever happens to be in your way, whatever's interfering with that right now in this moment, whatever's actually actively tripping you up right now, those are your limiting beliefs that pertain to this very goal, well, you're just going to run into them. They're going to present themselves. They won't be able to help it because they are actively interfering with the path that you're taking, and, well, there they are in your way. Now, the reason that I keep saying that you should get into the feeling to the best of your ability is because, well, if you're not resistance free, if you still have limiting beliefs on this topic, things that are blocking you, you won't be able to 100% get into the feeling of what you want. If you could do that, you would already be there. So do the best you can, get as close as you can, activate it as much as you can, and then each time you remove a piece of resistance, you'll be able to take it further. You'll be able to get into that feeling further, and you'll be able to get into more detailed views that feel really, really good on that subject. So focus on what you want. Get into the feeling of it to the best of your ability, do the best you can, and then watch for the resistance to manifest, which means that something's going to happen that is going to trigger negative emotion within you. When that happens, do not take it as a bad sign, take it as a good sign. This is your resistance coming up. So you may have somebody say something to you, for example, that makes you angry, or that makes you sad, or that makes you feel sorry for yourself. What you want to do is sit with the feeling. Actually feel the feeling. When you're doing that, you're activating the frequency of that feeling, whatever the feeling represents, and then more evidence will be brought to you. You don't have to go digging around for it. You don't have to go out and hunt it down. Just sit quietly, sit with the feeling, and memories, thoughts, and ideas that match that feeling will come to you. And they may at first not seem at all related, but if they come to you as you're doing this exercise, they're totally related, always. So what you want to do is you want to let that information, additional information, be brought to you, and then you can look for patterns and dissect it and figure out what it's really about, which is essentially that there's a decision that either you made or that you adopted from somebody else that doesn't really fit what's true for you. So you may have decided, for example, that you can't get love because you're unlovable, or that men are horrible, mean people, or that the world is a horrible place and you have no place in it. There's many, many, many decisions that we made, but there's also lots of decisions that we take on from other people, such as rich people are evil, or you have to suffer in order to give to charity, or something like that. When you discover the decision that was made, you can simply make a new decision. And that's all that releasing beliefs really is. It can really be this simple. And don't let that trip you up, because there's a lot of people that think that the simple methods don't work. So go ahead. Try the complicated methods. Get ever more complicated. See how that works for you. Or do the simple method. Sit and focus and let the information be brought to you. This is how the law of attraction works, and it is how to use it to fine-tune your vibration to get ever more into the frequency of what you want until it can simply show up. And that's really how easy it can be. Do you like this content? You want to see more like it? Then go to my site, deliberatereceiving.com, and sign up for the free ebook, which fully explains the law of attraction. It's like The Secret on steroids, only without the steroids. And I actually give you the secret. So